Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the 2020 Venus in Gemini transit, part one of two. It's very belated. The transit, as many of you may know, started on April 3rd, 2020, and it will end on August 7th, 2020. But I just wanted to do it, and I apologize for it being belated. But it's going to be in Gemini for still a good few more months anyway. So, anyway, first thing up, in this video, I'm going to talk about the transit's possible impact on the zodiac signs Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And yes, it does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for the signs. Now, anyway, as far as Aries goes, the third house is what's going to be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for Aries, this could be a time for, I could say this obviously valuing a variety of communications and also the enjoyment of short journeys, maybe many quick ones, considering we're talking about Gemini energy. And it's also about, at this time as well, when I look at this, it's also a period where you could be valuing really eloquence and a lot of communication variety with neighbors, with cousins at this time. And it could also be the expression of maybe like animated art with these people as well, and also about having peaceful communication, speaking with good, valuing Gemini, good diction, but having peaceful communications as well in the process. And also too, it's also a period too where you're talking about Venus can be about our relationships. It could be a Gemini relationship you may connect with. It could be somebody from your early education, and it might be someone prominent in short journeys. It could be a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Gemini characteristics. So the next thing up, as far as Taurus goes, the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So this could be a time for Taurus. It could be a very good auspicious period as far as monetary matters go. This could be about at this time for Taurus, about really having it could be about, in some cases, if you're a cartoonist or animator, you're into animated art, that could lead to money at this time. It could also be about valuing, enjoying communications about values and your self-worth at this time. And this enjoyment may be expressing very good ideas, could be tied in to your self-worth and your self-esteem at this time. It could be about valuing manifold talents at this time as well, and also about very in the enjoyment of very shrewd buying and selling at this time as well. And also remember, Venus is about cooperation. This could be about being able to cooperate in matters connected with your possessions, your resources, monetary matters at this point in time as well. And also remember, Venus is also about dedication, devotion. This could be about very strong dedication to shrewd thinking at this time, and this could be plain or shrewd thinking, perhaps in buying, in selling matters at this time as well. And it could also manifest in some cases in buying, spending money on communication devices at this time, whether it's things connected with your computer or walkie-talkies or iPhones, anything that is communication related. This could be a very strong period for that, to say the least. So anyway, now the next thing up. Well, as far as Gemini goes, the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So first thing comes out to me, this could be a time for Gemini where you may strongly value you're and love your about love, self-love at this time, loving yourself, loving your Gemini, your characteristics that you could project very strongly to others, such as being perhaps very adaptable, versatile, multifaceted, loquacious, being able to assimilate a lot of information in a rather short period, being very quick-witted, shrewd, and cunning. Those kind of things those are the qualities you may very strongly value at this time, and really love. It's about, again, it's about self-love. And also too, this could be a time where you might be spending some money on matters connected with the physical body. If there's anything connected, like with breathing issues, remember we're going through this coronavirus period at this time, so you might be a little bit more susceptible in terms of spending money on these matters at this time, more so than the average person. Or it could be something related to an arm or a hand or shoulder injury at this time. And the thing about this too is you also have to remember it's about loving your own physical body. Remember that Gemini energy. I mean, Gemini can often kind of dissipate their energy from trying to do too many things, sometimes simultaneously. So they have to be very careful, and it's about loving your physical body, your vitality at this time, Gemini. And also too, it could be a period too where you might be enjoying a lot of it could be just brain activities or games of mental agility with a grandmother in some cases, or people that were prominent in your early childhood. It could be games like haiku or chess or lumosity, something like that. And it could also be a time too where you might be focusing on being more attractive and even looking more perhaps youthful, and in many cases thinner than you had been that you had previously, and even more cerebral. So anyway, well, next thing up, for the zodiac sign Cancer, the 12th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, Cancer, it can be a time where you might be really valuing and enjoying trying to outmaneuver hidden adversaries, people that might be impersonating themselves as friends but really aren't, trying to bring them out of the woodwork, so to speak. It could be in some cases too where you could be getting involved. I mean, Gemini energy and negatively manifested could be conniving. Gemini can be associated with thieves, with con artists. Venus, of course, is about money. So be careful at this time, Cancer, that you're not you're not in a situation where you get outmaneuvered or beguiled by thieves, by con artists, because it could really lead to very strong secret sorrows. And also too, in some cases, Gemini relationships might be yourself undoing. They can be, some cases may be Gemini sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Gemini characteristics. It could be people that are very mercurial or fickle or changeable or vacillating, very contradictory and schizophrenic. When I say schizophrenic, I'm not talking about the literal schizophrenia. I'm talking about just very contradictory energy. And also too, in some cases, this could be about spending money, sadly in some cases, on some Gemini type restrictions. It can be something if there's something where you have like if there's a speech impairment, or if there's some issue like with an arm, a hand, or a shoulder, as another example at this time. And it can be a time too where you're valuing your solitude, your seclusion, more so than usual. And it's also can manifest in a lot of cooperation with an aunt or an uncle, and speaking very eloquently in the process. This could be also about the enjoyment perhaps of like animated art, or and it can be something that's flavored like with very fantastical energy, because this is the 12th house is about fantasy, of course. Remember, the 12th house is also about our dreams. So it can be that this could be a time too where you might be a Gemini relationship, somebody you might be involved in a Gemini relationship with might come into your dreams at this time. It could be money is something you might be dreaming about more so than usual, and maybe making it through manifold ways, since we are talking about Gemini energy. But at the same time, remember, you're talking about the 12th house of restrictions. So this could also manifest in relationship restrictions, or superficial relationships might be oneself undoing at this time. It can be about a time where maybe you're having more difficulty expressing your sentiments and your feelings more so than usual at this time, and they may be suppressed. So those are some ways this could manifest and pan out at this time. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. But anyway, as far as Leo goes, the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time for you, Leo, well, it might be a time where you might find yourself valuing Gemini aspirations. They could be something with data or satellite communications, or something with writing, journalism, reporting, something that requires the strong use of the hands, like auto refrigeration mechanics. This could be about the love of Gemini friends and acquaintances. It could be people that are, could be Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Gemini characteristics, and also showing really maybe manifold feelings for stepchildren if applicable. And at the same time, you might find yourself as well wanting more peaceful communications in matters with groups, clubs, organizations, even through social networking, and the enjoyment of Gemini type things with social networking, social media with your friends, your acquaintances. They could be playing like brain teasers, or just something with it could be playing, like, if there's any online chess or any kind of online games that require mental agility. It could be doing something, just anything that could be Gemini related, even like a Gemini type sport with friends, acquaintances, stepchildren, people groups, clubs, or organizations. It could be something like badminton or table tennis, something that requires like a lot of quick reactions, and a lot of and this could be about a lot of dedication and devotion to really expressing versatility with friends, with acquaintances at this time, and really about perhaps being more well-rounded, more versatile in terms of a goal or aspiration at this time, and maybe be a better communicator. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. In some cases, this could be about animated art, or maybe just music where you're singing very eloquently. Could be a goal or aspiration at this time as well. Now, last but not least, as far as Virgo goes, the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So keep in mind that that Venus is also about self-esteem and self-worth. So this is about, at this time for you, Virgo, attaining perhaps more self-worth and self-esteem at your place of business, your career, and really it may be through expressing yourself by doing manifold things, through multitasking, by being able to do more than one thing, perhaps practically simultaneously, being a good communicator, speaking with good diction. This is, and these kind of things too. And of course, in your career is what I'm referring to more than anything. But it could also help your public image and your reputation at this time as well. And also about just being about cooperation with others might be tied into perhaps attaining more success and a greater stature in life at this time as well for you. And could also be in some cases about the enjoyment of Gemini-like things with older people, the dominant parent, which is often the father, authority figures. They can be things like with playing mental games such as chess, haiku, like I stated before, lumosity, doing maybe getting involved with brain teasers or puzzle books, or doing something enjoyable that might require dexterity. It could be work as well, like auto refrigeration mechanics, but these could be things that you may enjoy and share them with these people more so than usual at this time. But also it could be about valuing street sense in terms of your business, if you do own your own business in that example. And I mean, it could also be, too, at this time for you, Virgo, where it could be Gemini, like relationships might figure more prominently in your public image, your reputation, your career, your stature in life. They could be Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant per people, or simply ones that embody Gemini characteristics. So those are some ways that this could manifest and pan out. And it could also be doing something what I would call Venus and Gemini related as far as a career related matter goes. And it could be something where you could be doing something connected, again, like with animated art, because Venus can be connected with art. Gemini, I would say, with animation. It could be about like singing eloquently, could be writing your own music, making a career perhaps out of that. It could simply be about making money doing Gemini related things that are career related. It could be something with data or satellite communications, something. It could be something with just reporting, or working as a journalist, a writer, an author, doing something that requires the use of the strong use of the hands, like refrigeration or auto mechanics, things of that nature at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.